Welcome to episode 5 of the QPR series. Last episode, we gained promotion to the Premier League with this squad, but it's going to need a lot of improving, especially this back line. If we want to not get relegated in the Premier League, it's going to be a fight. But yeah, I definitely think we're stronger in our forward areas, especially wide. But I do think maybe another CDM, a center back, a right back, even a left back, and definitely a deeper bench is needed. But it all depends on our budget. So let's see and get into this new season. Looking at the budget for the season, my hopes are crushed. We have 37 million as our budget. We started with 45, but even just renewing players' contracts and signing coaches all brought it down. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at our scout from Bangladesh, who is finally back, but looks like we have nothing good so far. A little bit better, honestly. I will consider him. But yeah, nothing here. Another letdown. Honestly, I'm so disappointed in this scouting report. So it looks like Rifat will be the only player I am signing for Bangladesh. I'm really disappointed because I was kind of excited to get one or two players into our academy that were really good. But yeah, looking at these scouts, I think it's time to go ahead and send them out again. The first scout I'm going to send to South America, and I think I'm going to do Paraguay just because I haven't really sent a scout down there at all in career mode. And yeah, so we'll be looking for some fullbacks to definitely boost in our youth academy and hopefully make their way into a squad. But yeah, I'm making the big decision to fire our second scout and hire a better scout. I think he will now be our best scout just because our second scout got us nothing. So yeah, we're going to be sending him to, I think we're going to go to Africa, maybe a South African talent. I've scouted here before, and honestly, it's a fun project. I'll be looking for a center back because I still want a solid center back, and we just haven't gotten that yet. Now, our last scout, I want to send somewhere in Asia, just because I saw a lot of suggestions for that area originally. And yeah, so looking through here, I'm still deciding where I want to go. I think looking through these, I do like the idea of going to Thailand, so I think I might end up doing that. Honestly, I've never scouted there before. It seems like a really cool project. So yeah, let's look for an attacker from Thailand. Here in a month, I'll make sure to show you guys and update you on the players we get from these scouting reports. First of all, I decided to go after a center back because I think Marlon needs replacing. He's not Premier League level. And looking at all of these options, I think Moussa Niakhaté is honestly the cheapest and best option. He does have the play styles. He seems like we can get him for a very cheap price at 77 overall. He is very good, 6'3", 29 years old, left-footed. I think he's exactly what we need. So let's go ahead and get him. And so in the end, for only 8.5 million plus Kingsley, we end up getting Moussa Niakhaté. What an addition he will be. Our first Premier League signing. And yeah, if we can get his wages not too high, this would just be an excellent deal in general. And I just think we really needed to replace Marlon because as good as he is, he's going down in overall. He was 74, but he ended up going down to a 73. So yeah, 3-year contract. I'm going to try to get this to 4. Just so it's easier to sell him, not with the running out contract. And yeah, I'll try to negotiate this wage, although he probably will need a decent amount of money. But then again, we are in the Premier League, and yeah, I'll finish out the final little details. But we have just made our first ever Premier League signing in this series. I'm honestly so excited about this pickup. I think it was just the cheapest deal for the best value player. And yeah, I think getting him from Lyon was honestly a realistic move to go to the Premier League. So yeah, a transfer. There's been lots of suggestions. Some of you guys saying we need a left back. Some say we need a right back. I did try to get Muniz, who I think is a really good player from Crystal Palace, but it was too expensive. Just out of our budget, he would basically cost everything. So Josh Achupong seems like the alternative. He is 19 years old, 70 overall, showing great potential. And the thing is, Chelsea actually don't have time for him because of all their players. He's behind the likes of Reece James, Malo Gusto, and a couple other players. So ultimately, he wants to leave the club and start his own career. So we're going to try to come in and pouch him. And yeah, I think we'll be able to get him for ultimately a very cheap price. 2.8 million is such a steal for a player who I think has the potential to be a very good Premier League fullback. And so he is the same overall as Sorinola, but at the same time, he has so much more potential, so I'll kind of let them battle it out. But I think ultimately Josh Achupong is a really good signing and will end up being our starting fullback for a while. I think this is a signing for the future, and let's hope it can pan out and work this year in the Premier League, because I think he has the quality to be a good starting right back to help us survive this year and in the future. As good as Travis has been, I think we need a new CDM, and Tanner Tespin right now is my leading option with all his playstyles: incisive pass, long ball pass, anticipate, slide tackle, and at 75 overall, 23 years old, he has lots of room to grow, but he's also a cheap alternative to a lot of other CDMs I was looking at, and we really just don't have crazy money to spend. So I think this is ultimately a really good signing. He's been proving himself. First of all, he played in Serie B for Valencia, really impressed, got his move to Lyon, and yeah, I think he is highly rated by the U.S. youth system because he did very well at the Olympics. He actually captained that side, so I think there's a potential leader in there too, and ultimately, I think for such a cheap price and a player with so many play styles, and that's still relatively young, I think this is the best option we could have gotten, and I think a very good pairing for Ben Sheaf, our club captain. Seeing him walk through the doors just felt right, and honestly, I think he will be such a good player for us, maybe even a fan favorite. But yeah, we did take yet another Lyon player, so I don't think they'll be happiest with us, but for 9.2 million, what a steal. And our transfer business didn't stop there. This signing isn't quite as big, but we did need a backup goalkeeper because Gomes has been very good, but in club competitions, I want to rotate it so he doesn't get too exhausted, and I signed Davis Vasquez from AC Milan, who is their third choice keeper, for just 1 million. So can't really go wrong with this transfer. It's just a depth signing, and I think we're going to need a couple more of these in the Premier League, but we don't really have the money as of now. With the last bit of money I have, I think I'll be trying to sign Todd Cantwell as a backup for Naipan. He has 3 playstyles: flair, first touch, technical, and I think he will be relatively cheap, around 2.5 million, which is exactly what we need. So we were ended up able to sign Todd Cantwell. He has lots of experience, and I know he kind of failed in some aspects, but hopefully we could somewhat revive his career in the Premier League. And you can't really go wrong getting rid of some deadwood plus 1 million in order to get Todd Cantwell. We basically paid nothing. I personally think it's a great price. After all this transfer business and zooming ahead past some preseason tournament games, our scouts are back, and I'm really excited for this. First of all, from Paraguay, it doesn't look like the greatest start. All these players do not look good, except for this guy right here, 17 years old, looks to be a very decent player. I think this guy looks all right, but I think I'll reject him, and yeah, nothing left. But I'll definitely leave him here, let him keep getting scouted, and maybe I'll sign him up later. Right away, though, from South Africa, Make looks like a very good player, worth 775k. That is very good. And yeah, I'm really excited about these players. And now we just found an absolute gem, Shabalala, for 1 million. That is the first player I've seen worth 1 million for our youth academy, and it's got me excited. Honestly, I can't wait. But I'll leave the other center back in there for now. Should be scouted more. Now looking at Thailand, I don't know what to really expect. And yeah, so far we haven't got anything except for this guy. No clue how to say his name, but I will also leave him in here just to be scouted more. I do this because we still have time on our project. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at our youth academy. I go right past Make, but he does look a very decent player. But looking at our 1 million valued player, Shabalala has that anticipate play style, 63 overall, and honestly, the potential isn't amazing, but he is very, very decent. I'll put him on a play style to get him started. And yeah, I think this guy will definitely get promoted by next season, despite how young he is and that we're in the Premier League. I'll probably loan him out. He is just one of our very best talents as of now. And Ojeda, I believe, if that's how you say it, from Paraguay, looks like a very mid player, honestly. I don't expect too much from him. But yeah, I'll put him on a plan as well just to keep it going. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. There's a lot of business. We'll play more games next episode, but make sure to subscribe and comment.